Rumors have been flying that Bricc Baby was the one who snitched and got Lil Durk locked up. Now that Bricc Baby himself is sitting in jail, word on the street is that he's getting attacked behind bars. The real question is, why? Is it because he snitched on Durk? Or is it because he's been stacking up a list of ops longer than the NBA draft? I mean, the guy can't seem to keep his mouth shut.
That's about the on hood. Stop tapping me, cuz.
Either way, it looks like karma is finally coming to collect, and things are looking real bleak for Bricc Baby. In this video, we're breaking down the gist of the attack. But first, let's kick it off with what people think started this whole drama in the first place. The snitch allegations and Lil Durk beef. Ever since Durk's arrest on federal murder for hire charges back in October 2024, rumors have been swirling that Bricc Baby was the one who snitched. The talk only got louder after Bricc Baby himself got knocked by the feds in March 2025. Now, with both men caught up in serious federal cases, the streets are buzzing with talk that Bricc Baby might have gotten touched in jail as payback for allegedly cooperating with authorities. The snitching allegations first blew up when Bricc Baby appeared on a No Jumper interview around that time and reacted to the news that 5 alleged OTF members were charged in connection with Lil Pap's murder. Many viewers interpreted his comments as indirectly implicating Lil Durk. Some even suggested that Bricc Baby was practicing what's called dry snitching, indirectly providing information without explicitly naming names. The controversy deepened with a fan theory suggesting that Lil Durk had been paying Bricc Baby $100K a month before Lil Pap's death, potentially setting up some kind of arrangement that later fell apart. Social media exploded with accusations, with ex-users speculating that Bricc Baby might have been co-conspirator for Lil Durk's indictment, suggesting direct cooperation with federal authorities. What makes these allegations particularly explosive is the documented history between Bricc Baby and Lil Durk. They've collaborated musically on tracks like Chick 4 Yo Chick in 2016 and Ring Ring in 2015 with Kid Ink and Lil Reese. A 2022 Reddit post even confirmed they were in a studio together in California, showing they maintained a close relationship over the years. Their ties extend beyond just music. They share gang-related connections as well. Bricc Baby is linked to the Rolling 60s, neighborhood Crips, and according to online discussions, Lil Durk is connected to younger members of the same gang through Bricc Baby. This makes the snitching allegations particularly explosive, as they suggest a betrayal not only of a musical collaborator, but of someone connected to the same street networks. Bricc Baby has vehemently denied these allegations in multiple interviews. In one Vlad TV appearance, he explicitly addressed the rumors, stating he was not co-conspirator for Lil Durk's case. In another interview, he discussed how Lil Durk might handle legal pressure, suggesting that if Lil Durk were to cooperate with authorities, he would likely do so discreetly through his lawyer rather than taking the stand, given his public anti-snitching stance in hip-hop.
So as much as you done prayed and wished for me to go to jail, man, it would have happened already if it was gonna happen. Boy, you be praying. Like, I've never seen a gangbanger wish jail on a so bad. Like, who gives a like, okay, I got the good end of a stick out of it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, first of all, the weapons wasn't mine. They was in like all type of...
The plot thickened when Wack 100, a well-known music manager and industry figure, publicly accused Bricc Baby of snitching on Lil Durk. In response, Bricc Baby countered that Wack was just making content and didn't know what he was talking about, dismissing the allegations as baseless. He even addressed rumors that he gave Quando Rondo's location to Lil Durk, stating that while he wouldn't get involved now, he had considered it in the past due to loyalty and financial struggles. Then, in another controversial move that added fuel to the fire, Bricc Baby made a statement on No Jumper about not being able to say slide for Von anymore, a reference to the calls for Lil Durk to avenge the death of King Von, who was killed in November 2020. Some interpreted this comment as Bricc Baby suggesting Lil Durk had finally retaliated for Von's death, potentially implicating him in criminal activity.
And I'm just like, they say, I literally say, they say you can't say slide for Von no more.
Right.
Meaning, by feds.
I've heard people say
comments,
that, yeah.
yeah.
And then when you see the clip of Durk a few months later, he says almost the exact same thing to Ack.
Instead of the Lil Pop part.
Right.
Only thing that didn't come out his mouth was Lil Pop.
This complex web of allegations and denials set the stage for what happened next. On March 19th, 2025, Bricc Baby got snatched up by the feds in Los Angeles as part of a major operation they called Operation Drawdown. This wasn't just some regular bust. This was a huge federal sweep targeting the Rolling 60s neighborhood Crips, one of the most notorious sets operating out of South LA. The operation was a joint effort between the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Central District of California and the FBI, resulting resulting in 10 alleged gang members and associates getting grabbed up, including Bricc Baby, and another cat connected to the No Jumper podcast, Loose Cannon. According to what's been reported, this operation was the feds trying to dismantle what they claim are the gang's criminal enterprises, which supposedly include drug trafficking, racketeering conspiracy, and various weapons charges. The feds weren't just after street soldiers, they were also hunting bigger fish, specifically going after what they called the Big U Enterprise, a mafia-like organization, allegedly headed by Eugene Big U Henley Jr., who's a serious OG in those streets. While the exact charges against Bricc Baby aren't specifically laid out in the public documents, the whole vibe of Operation Drawdown gives us a pretty good idea what we're looking at. The operation's press release and related reports state that the individuals they grabbed up are facing federal charges, including drug trafficking, racketeering conspiracy, and firearms offenses. There's also word of a federal case against Bricc Baby that apparently got filed in late February 2025, suggesting the feds had been building their case against him for a minute before they finally moved on him in March. After Bricc Baby's arrest, the internet did what it does best, connected dots that may or may not actually be connected. Many speculated that his arrest was somehow tied to his alleged snitching on Lil Durk, suggesting that he had clout chased his way into a Fed indictment, as one Reddit user put it. Others criticized him for lacking loyalty, with comments like, should have minded his business, showed no loyalty over clout, reflecting a sentiment that his legal troubles stemmed from unnecessary involvement in affairs that didn't directly concern him. This lack of sympathy is evident in social media posts, such as ex-user at Chicago Loop Lupo joking, #Bricc Baby has went into hiding, bet you won't see him on No Jumper no more, and at Pureco_Kane reacting, boy look like he next, indicating a mix of humor and skepticism about his situation. Then came the biggest bomb. Shortly after his arrest, rumors started spreading across social media, suggesting that Bricc Baby had been stabbed while in custody. These rumors went stupid viral, with many suggesting this was payback from Lil Durk's associates or others who believed the snitching allegations. The story fit perfectly into the street justice narrative. A snitch gets what's coming to him behind bars, and the timing couldn't have been more perfect for those looking to spread gossip. The rumors gained traction for several reasons. First, Bricc Baby's alleged snitching on Lil Durk already had him labeled as someone who might face retaliation. Second, his status as a rolling 60s neighborhood Crip meant he had numerous enemies from rival gangs who might target him in jail. Finally, the high-profile nature of both his and Lil Durk's cases created the perfect environment for speculation. In prison culture, snitching allegations can be a death sentence. Inmates accused of cooperating with authorities often face serious threats, and even unsubstantiated rumors can lead to violence. This is especially true for someone like Bricc Baby, who has a visible public profile and connections to high-profile figures like Lil Durk. The stakes are even higher given that Bricc Baby himself once described an incident where he knocked out and urinated on an inmate in prison who he perceived as a threat, showing he's no stranger to prison violence. But here's where the story takes a turn. Despite all the online chatter, there's no credible evidence supporting these claims. In fact, Bricc Baby himself directly addressed these rumors on March 26, 2025, during a live call to the No Jumper podcast hosted by Remio. Calling in from federal prison, Bricc Baby straight up said he was not stabbed, effectively shutting down the rumor. During this call, he also mentioned he was trying to secure bail and hinted at creating new music, suggesting he was good health-wise and definitely not touched up. This direct statement from Bricc Baby himself goes against all the cap that was spreading online about an attack, providing a first-hand account that shoots down the narrative that had been circulating on social media. As of April 28, 2025, there are no legit reports or official statements contradicting what Bricc Baby said himself, and all the evidence points to these rumors of an attack being completely fabricated. But the fact that these rumors gain such traction speaks to the complex intersection of gang culture, hip-hop, social media, and the public's fascination with street justice narratives. The story of a rapper snitching on another artist and then facing violent consequences fits neatly into existing expectations about how street justice works, making it easier to believe without verification. For those not familiar with Bricc Baby's background, he's an LA-based rapper who came up through the underground scene, dropping mixtapes like Nasty Dealer and Son of a Brick Lady. Born January 6, 1988, he built his rep through raw tracks about the street life in Compton, with projects like Six, Bricks, Six Brim, and Brick James. Throughout his grind, Bricc Baby has connected with some heavy hitters in the game, including Future, Young Thug, and 21 Savage. His visibility has been significantly enhanced through social media platforms and his role as a host on the No Jumper podcast, where he frequently discussed his gang affiliations, a factor that would later become central to his legal troubles. Said affiliations and potential threats. Bricc Baby is affiliated with the Rollin' 60s Neighborhood Crips, one of the largest and most influential Crip sets in Los Angeles. Established in 1976, the Rollin' 60s are estimated to have around 1,600 members and control significant territory in South Los Angeles. This affiliation isn't just a passing connection, it's central to Bricc Baby's identity, frequently referenced in his music and public persona. Being associated with such a prominent gang already puts Bricc Baby in a precarious position when locked up, as he potentially faces threats from numerous rival organizations. Chief among these rivals are the 8 Trey Gangster Crips, with whom the Rollin' 60s have had a deadly feud dating back to 1979. This rivalry, which reportedly started over a dispute involving a woman, marks one of the most violent Crip-on-Crip conflicts in Los Angeles history, resulting in more than 30 gang-related deaths and countless civilian casualties over the decades. The intensity of this beef is illustrated by historical incidents, like the accidental killing of Karen Toshima in 1988 during a shootout between members of these rival sets. This event brought national attention to the violence stemming from this conflict and demonstrates the serious nature of the animosity between these groups. Beyond the 8 Trey Gangster Crips, Bricc Baby also faces potential threats from various blood sets, traditional enemies of any Crip organization. The Crips Bloods rivalry is one of the most well-known gang conflicts in American history, making blood members natural adversaries for someone with Bricc Baby's affiliations. Additionally, the Rollin' 60s have beefs with other Crip factions, including the Hoover Criminals, 99 Mafia Crips, Main Street Mafia Crips, 4-Pack, and Gardena Shotgun Crips. These conflicts typically stem from territorial disputes and the broader Crip Gangster Crip split, where gangs align with either the Rollin' 60s, Neighborhood Crips or Deuces, or the 8 Trey Gangster Crips, Gangster Crips, or Treys. This complex web of rivalries means that Bricc Baby could potentially face threats from multiple directions while behind bars. However, what makes his current situation especially volatile are the snitching allegations related to Lil Durk. In prison culture, there's perhaps no accusation more serious or dangerous than being labeled a snitch. Inmates believed to have cooperated with authorities often become targets, regardless of whether the allegations are substantiated. Given the persistent rumors that Bricc Baby provided information leading to Lil Durk's arrest on murder-for-hire charges, he could face threats not only from his traditional gang rivals, but also from associates of Lil Durk, or anyone looking to earn stripes by attacking a perceived informant. This is particularly significant considering that Lil Durk, as the founder of Only the Family, OTF, has connections and influence that extend far beyond his immediate circle. The nature of Lil Durk's charges related to the 2022 murder of Quando Rondo's cousin Lil Pab adds another layer of complexity. This case connects to broader beefs in the hip-hop community, including the ongoing tensions following the murder of King Von in November 2020. Bricc Baby's controversial comments about not being able to say slide for Von anymore further entangled him in these disputes, potentially making him a target for anyone loyal to these various factions. Furthermore, Bricc Baby may face internal threats within his own gang organization. The Operation Drawdown arrests included multiple members of the Rollin' 60s, including Loose Cannon, with whom Bricc Baby reportedly has prior beefs, despite being cellmates. The arrests also targeted Eugene Big U Henley Jr., the alleged leader of the Rollin' 60s, initially a fugitive who later surrendered. These circumstances could create suspicions about cooperation with authorities within the gang itself, potentially placing Bricc Baby in danger from his own associates if they believe he provided information to the feds. In correctional facilities, gang affiliations often dictate alliances and enmities. While prison authorities typically segregate known gang members to prevent violence, the effectiveness of these measures varies, and determined adversaries can sometimes find ways around these protections. Given Bricc Baby's high profile and the serious nature of the allegations against him, he could be a target for anyone looking to build their reputation or carry out what they perceive as justice. The federal crackdown on the Rollin' 60s, including Operation Drawdown, may have disrupted the gang's operations, but could also heighten tensions between rival groups. The arrest of multiple members might lead rival gangs to perceive an opportunity to assert dominance or retaliate against vulnerable Rollin' 60s members who are incarcerated. Despite these concerning factors, it's important to note that as of April 28, 2025, there have been no verified reports of threats or attacks against Bricc Baby in prison. His phone call to the No Jumper podcast on March 26, 2025, where he debunked the stabbing rumors, suggests that either he's not facing immediate danger or that prison authorities have successfully prevented any violence against him. But the persistent rumors highlight the very real dangers that someone in Bricc Baby's position might face. This is particularly evident when we consider his own accounts of prison violence. In a November 2024 interview, Bricc Baby described an incident where he knocked out and urinated on an inmate who he perceived as a threat, demonstrating that he's no stranger to the violent realities of incarceration. This history suggests he understands the potential threat threats and may be taking precautions to protect himself. Adding to the complexity of Bricc Baby's situation is his relationship with Lil Durk, which extends beyond the snitching allegations. The two have a documented history of musical collaboration, with songs like Chick 4 Yo Chick from 2016 and Ring Ring from 2015 featuring Kid Ink and Lil Reese. A 2022 Reddit post even confirmed they were in a studio together in California, suggesting a close relationship that would make any betrayal particularly significant. This historical connection adds weight to the snitching allegations and potentially increases the danger to Bricc Baby if others believe he betrayed someone with whom he had a personal relationship. In gang culture, loyalty is paramount, and perceived betrayal can have serious consequences. Bricc Baby has consistently denied the snitching allegations in various interviews. Speaking to Vlad TV, he explicitly stated he was not co-conspirator for in Lil Durk's case and distanced himself from any cooperation with authorities. He also discussed how Lil Durk might handle legal pressure, suggesting that if Durk were to cooperate with authorities, he would likely do so discreetly through his lawyer rather than taking the stand, given his public anti-snitching stance in hip-hop. These denials reflect Bricc Baby's awareness of the serious implications of such allegations, particularly given his gang affiliations and incarceration status. Whether these denials are sufficient to protect him from potential threats remains to be seen, but they represent his attempt to manage the narrative around his case and maintain his reputation within his community. It's worth noting that modern correctional facilities, especially federal ones, are generally aware of these dynamics and take measures to prevent gang-related violence. This includes strategic housing assignments, monitoring of communications, and other security protocols designed to minimize the risk of violent incidents. Bricc Baby's high profile may also provide a level of protection, as any incident involving him would likely draw significant attention and scrutiny. Beyond the dangers inside, Bricc Baby has also been tangled up in several conflicts on the outside, other beefs, and current status. Beyond the snitching allegations involving Lil Durk and the gang-related risks we've discussed, Bricc Baby has been caught up in various other beefs and controversies that further complicate his current situation. These additional conflicts provide important context for understanding the full range of potential threats he might face while incarcerated and why rumors of an attack seem plausible to many observers. One of the most recent and publicly visible conflicts involves Flacco, another personality associated with the No Jumper platform. Their relationship, despite their shared professional connection to No Jumper, has been notably tense, particularly due to Flacco's content creation practices. The beef reached a boiling point when Flacco created a YouTube video accusing Bricc Baby of being involved in a murder, claiming it was based on fan speculation. This video, published on March 24, 2024, became highly controversial as it implicated Bricc Baby in serious criminal activity. Flacco maintained that he had shown the video to Bricc Baby beforehand and received permission to post it, but Bricc Baby vehemently denied this claim, creating a significant trust issue between the two. Reddit discussions about the incident predominantly supported Bricc Baby's position, with users accusing Flacco of lying and exploiting Bricc Baby for views. The tension eventually escalated to a physical confrontation, with Bricc Baby storming into the No Jumper studio to confront Flacco directly. According to reports, Bricc Baby was furious about the damaging video, feeling that Flacco's content had put his freedom at risk by connecting him to serious crimes. This incident demonstrated Bricc Baby's willingness to directly confront those he believes have wronged him, a trait that could be relevant to how he handles threats in his current incarceration.
I passed Flacco, cuz what made your punk go post a mother video of me, do run content of me and Quando Rondo on the dead homies with all the that I got going on right now. All that you shit going through, cuz supposed to be my partner and running content on some murders. Try to put it in the middle, like, come on, gang, like, now when a listen, run that content one more time, Kill Squad gonna be in the streets on your ass. You gonna be the first example of hood. Nigga, I'ma holler at you when I get back to LA too.
Another notable conflict involves social media personality Charleston White, who claimed to have targeted Bricc Baby by placing a $10,000 stack on his head and making a federal report, allegedly because Bricc Baby was talking too much about gang activities. This led to Bricc Baby challenging White to a fight, which White refused, setting conditions like requiring Bricc Baby to fight someone named Cowboy first. This public exchange highlighted the often performative nature of these conflicts, which play out across social media platforms and generate attention for those involved. Bricc Baby has also stirred controversy with comments about other artists. In November 2024, he made derogatory remarks about Gucci Mane on the No Jumper podcast, calling him bipolar, weird as narcissistic, and introverted, among other insults. These comments sparked significant backlash, leading podcast host Adam22 to apologize on Instagram and announce plans to suspend Bricc Baby and arrange therapy for him. This incident underscores Bricc Baby's tendency to make provocative statements that can create problems for both himself and his associates. Tensions with No Jumper security represent yet another conflict in Bricc Baby's complicated web of beefs. On March 14, 2024, he reportedly confronted security personnel at the podcast, believing they had disclosed his location to individuals named Spottyface and X4, leading to an unannounced visit. While this confrontation apparently didn't become physical, it demonstrated significant tension and highlighted Bricc Baby's concerns about his safety and the potential for rival gang members to locate him. This incident at No Jumper is particularly relevant to understanding why rumors of Bricc Baby being attacked in jail seemed plausible. If he was concerned about his safety, even while working at a podcast studio, these fears would naturally be amplified in a prison environment where he might encounter individuals with direct connections to his various beefs, including those related to the snitching allegations involving Lil Durk. There's also evidence of internal conflicts within Bricc Baby's gang affiliations. His arrest alongside Loose Cannon as part of Operation Drawdown reportedly brought together two individuals with prior beefs, potentially creating tensions in their shared legal predicament. The RICO case that led to their arrest has been described as one of the craziest on the West Coast, with alleged connections to high-profile crimes including Nipsey Hussle's murder and PNB Rock's killing, adding to the internal strife and potential for conflict. Given this extensive history of beefs and controversies, it's not surprising that rumors of Bricc Baby being attacked in jail gained traction. The combination of gang rivalries, snitching allegations, and personal conflicts created a situation where such an attack would fit into existing narratives about prison justice and retaliation against informants. However, despite all these risk factors, the evidence suggests that Bricc Baby has not actually been attacked while in custody. During his call to the No Jumper podcast on March 26, 2025, he explicitly stated that he had not been stabbed, directly contradicting the viral rumors. This firsthand denial, combined with the lack of any credible reports or official statements confirming an attack, strongly suggests that the rumors were unfounded. As of April 28, 2025, Bricc Baby remains in federal custody following his arrest on March 19, 2025. There have been no reports of his release on bail, and his case is proceeding through the federal system. Reports mention court proceedings, including bail denials and discussions of his paperwork, but specific outcomes haven't been detailed in public sources. Despite his current legal troubles, Bricc Baby has received some support from his professional associates, particularly Adam22 of No Jumper. Following the arrest, Adam22 offered public support on Instagram Live, noting that people from the streets sometimes get caught up in federal RICO indictments, and suggesting that Bricc Baby's recent activities with No Jumper were separate from the allegations against him. This support indicates that despite the controversies, Bricc Baby has maintained some professional relationships that continue even after his arrest. Public opinion on Bricc Baby's situation appears mixed, with significant focus on whether his legal troubles are self-inflicted. Many online commentators suggest that his arrest was a result of his own actions, particularly his pursuit of attention and involvement in others' legal issues. Comments like "clout chased his way into a Fed indictment" reflect a sentiment that his desire for attention led to his current predicament. The controversy surrounding the snitching allegations remains a central aspect of public discourse about Bricc Baby. While he has consistently denied cooperating with authorities, the persistence of these rumors and their potential impact on his safety highlight the complex intersection of hip-hop, gang culture, and the legal system. In a world where perception often matters more than reality, the mere suggestion of snitching can have serious consequences, even when unsupported by concrete evidence. Looking ahead, Bricc Baby faces significant challenges both legally and in terms of his personal safety. The federal charges against him are serious. That brings us to the end of this video. For more interesting videos like this, click on the cards on your screen.